Well guys, we are on our way back from an Azure standard pickup right ahead of the bad storm that's supposed to be coming in. Miss Francine, I believe they're calling it. You can kind of see the distance. We're getting feeder bands popping in here now. Hopefully it won't be as bad as they say it's going to be.
She's not coming in for another, what, day and a half?
We got another day and a half, but these are the feeder bands from it.
We need the rain.
Yeah, we're not complaining because we do need the rain now. That's one thing about it.
Now, we were thrilled with the Azure Standard.
Yeah, we got a really good deal at Azure Standard this time.
Not only did I pick up my order, but they had some that somebody didn't pick up.
Right.
And you get 20% off. And I got honey, coffee,
cheese, oats,
maple syrup,
we got lots of stuff at 20% off.
Big pack of Fig News.
Yeah,
they were pretty good because I didn't try them.
Dark chocolate.
The dark chocolate I hadn't tried yet.
Yeah, it's gonna be bitter, but I mean it still is good though.
Yeah, everybody said it was pretty good, so we'll try.
Yeah, we'll try it, but
we'll do a haul when we get
We'll do a haul when we get back home, but right now we're just on the road again.
Hello everyone, it's Wanda from Deepsouth Homestead. As you can see, Daniel and I did our second Azure Standard order 2 weeks ago. And yeah, I'm a little late in doing a video because I wanted to not just show you what we got, but talk about a lot of the things that we've bought the first month and what we got the second month that we like. So I've been trying products throughout the first 2 months that I've ordered from Azure Standard. So what is Azure Standard? Azure Standard is a natural health food bulk distributor that believes that everyone should have access to high quality, organic, non-GMO foods at an affordable price. And that was one reason we thought about using Azure. They deliver, you meet a truck at a drop-off point and you pick up your order. You help unload the truck. There's usually, according to your drop-off of how many people are there, it goes pretty fast. We had maybe 15, 20 people each time, and some of the older kids were really helpful in unloading the truck fast because they move faster than everybody else, and they took off more items than actually the adults did, which helped out. We actually got to meet people that want good food. Over the past couple of months, as we've been trying the foods that we got from Azure Standard, we thought a lot about other people, because not everybody grows food like Danny and I do. And we get this all the time, people saying, but not everybody has a garden like you. Not everybody has cows. Not everybody has chickens for eggs. And that is why we do some of the things that we do, to show alternatives. Azure Standard is an alternative to buying bulk foods, as in Sam's Club, Costco, some of those things. Now, if you have access to Whole Foods and some of these stores that carry organic foods, then you might be one that just goes to that store and picks up your items and not worry about something like Azure. But if your store, like in your town, we only have Piggly Wiggly and Walmart. And Danny and I have made do with Piggly Wiggly and Walmart all these years and ordered from Amazon as needed. We don't buy a lot of food, but there's items that we can't grow. As is with anybody, there's things that you can't grow in your area. Some things I grow, you can't grow. Some things you grow, I can't grow. I can't grow maple syrup, but we have cane syrup, and I love maple syrup. So it's kind of a swap on what you do and what you know, how you handle your groceries. So today we're going to talk about a few of the items that I've gotten from Azure, what I think about the product itself. Now, one thing, the truck, when it came this last time, if someone in the last order did not pick all their items up and nobody that was at that drop did not want to buy the items, they take it to the next drop and ask, does anybody want to buy these items for 20% off? So Danny and I are like, yeah, let's stick around. Let's see what he's got. And I got maple syrup. Yeah, I bought maple syrup. When he said maple syrup, I'm like, here, I don't care what it costs. Even at 20% off, that's a good deal. I want maple syrup, because I just like to have some maple syrup on hand. And so some of the things we got, and the maple syrup's good, by the way, just saying. Some of the things that we got, I'm going to talk about. Number one was Fig Newtons. There were somebody had ordered a 3-pack of Fig Newton. Well, it's not called Fig Newton, Fig Bars. And it's by Pamela's. And I think I ended up paying around $5 something for it. And there was probably, I would say 12 or 15 fig bars in there. Nice size fig bars, like you used to get when you bought Fig Newtons many years ago. Now Fig Newtons has shrunk down half size. You know the deal. These are the good big fig bars. And so I bought 1 pack, another lady bought a pack, and another lady bought a pack. We all wanted to just try them. And that's part of what I do for Azure, is I try things that I've never tried before. And so as soon as I got them, I opened them up, and a couple of us tried them, and they're good, y'all. It's like an old Fig Newton, I guess, and I thought Pamela's did a good job. This has the taste, and it doesn't have all the chemical additive stuff in it. So Fig Newtons was a big plus. One of the other things I got was honey. Now I mentioned the maple syrup. They had maple syrup. I got it. Honey, I got like a gallon. I don't know. It's like a gallon. I don't know if it was a gallon or not. It's about 12 pounds of honey, and it has raspberry in it, and not necessarily in it. The bees were in raspberry fields, I should say. And I tried the honey over the last couple of days. I didn't open it to start with because I already had some honey open, but I did put some in a jar yesterday, I believe, and added it to my coffee, because I'm trying to stay away from adding too much to my coffee that is like sugar related, or buying French vanilla coffee creamer and stuff like that. So I've been trying to cut my coffee down to coffee, honey, and a little bit of half and half or something, and I'm getting there, y'all. So the honey was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Then I buy oats every time. I buy the rolled oats. And so I bought a bag the first time. I bought a bag the second time. And they had a bag for 20% off. So of course I'm snatching that, because We use a lot of oatmeal, and I can use it for many things. And I've got a new project I'm going to show y'all before long where I can grind my oats into flour and make Danny something. So we're going to hang in there. We're getting there. One of the prep items that I got on the 20% truck discount was coffee. A big bag of coffee beans. And that way I can store, coffee beans store a lot longer than ground coffee. And I have quite a bit of ground coffee, so in the last year or so I bought some of the coffee beans from different varieties of places. And I thought, well, let me try Azure Standard. So I have not opened the coffee. I don't know what it tastes like, but that is a prep item for me. I bought that and stashed it. Then there was some candy bars, a chocolate candy bar, and I tried it. Very good. It had salted, maybe sea salt and caramel. I can't remember exactly. It was very, very good. The person that had not picked their order up had several things of cheese. And Danny and I had bought the white cheddar in the big long, I don't know if they call it a tube or a cube or something. The first time we sliced it up, we showed slicing it, and I froze some of it and I put some in for us to eat, and we've been using that in casseroles and everything. So one big long tube, but we haven't even used all of that from the first month. I still have some slices in the freezer. So I turned around and said, hey, I'll take both tubes. I mean, there's 2 more of them. And Danny and I sliced part of it and we cut some of it in chunks, and I put that in the freezer. And some people have said something about when you use that it turns into, it turns crumbly. And y'all gonna have to excuse Danny because him and Chris are out there playing close to where I'm at right now. I don't know what they're doing. But it crumbled, the cheese crumbles. And I use it in casseroles and things like that, so I don't mind that my cheese, when I take it out of the freezer, falls apart, because that's what I'm going to do with it anyway. The sliced cheese, Danny and I learned that if we slice it a little on the thick side, that it holds together a lot better when you freeze it and then take it out. But again, we could put it on our plate and eat it with our hamburger or whatever we're eating. And it's okay to mix it in with your salad, or just take a small, like if it breaks into long chunks, one piece at a time, not a big deal for us. So it wasn't a deal breaker that this cheese that only has milk, salt, and culture in it, I think, nothing, no chemicals, no colors, no nothing. And I think I got some mozzarella and some Colby Jack. So cheese was awesome. Now, we started out with the ketchup the first month. The ketchup is awesome, the brand that I got. We liked it. It's thick. It tastes like ketchup, not like vinegar. So that was a plus for us. We make our own ketchup sometimes, but we haven't in a couple of years, and we're out. So I had bought some organic Heinz, and I had Danny do a taste test. He preferred, this was a blind taste test, he preferred Azure Standard's ketchup to the Heinz organic. He said the organic tasted vinegary, and it did. I noticed it right off the bat, and you noticed the difference. So their ketchup, A+. Now, you know Danny likes his sweet potatoes. I ordered a 20-pound bag of little bitty small cubed sweet potatoes that are flash frozen. They are awesome. I put them in Ziploc bags, quart bags, size I would need to make his dessert. I take them out. I put them in boiling water for 10-15 minutes, take them out, drain it, make up his dessert. Can't tell it from his other potatoes, fresh potatoes. Well, you can tell it from fresh, because fresh does just a touch different, but the taste is still there. And for me, it's a time saver right now. And I know I'm putting some things in the freezer, and I don't like that too much, but we're gonna come in here in the shack one day, and I'm going to can some, and we're gonna see how canning these sweet potatoes do, and see if that is an option for the future. But both times I bought a 20-pound box of the sweet potatoes in order to have enough. We still have 2 rows we haven't dug, and we have quite a few that'll take us through about a month and a half right now, and then the 2 rows will take us a couple more months, but having some in the freezer that's already peeled and cut up, A+ for me. This time I ordered some English peas. Ours did not do very well. We had enough English peas to eat on for a few weeks, and I think I canned some English peas and potatoes or something like that. That was all we had this year. Usually we make lots of English peas. So I bought the flash frozen English peas, about I think it's a 5-pound box. That was really good. If you don't have English peas, buying the flash frozen is good. I have not tried any of their canned products yet, but the flash frozen, yes. The next flash frozen thing I've tried is the hash browns. It's little bitty chunks of potatoes, like the sweet potatoes, cut in cubes, and it doesn't take long for them to cook, and they are amazing. I've been putting them in casseroles. Love the little hash browns. We also tried the French fries, because Danny doesn't eat normal French fries from the store because most of them add flour to it or some type of grain or something, some additive to their French fry. I mean, look at the coating, whatever. This is just a potato, and these are organic, by the way. Now, we did try the Ezekiel bread this time. I tried the Ezekiel bread and the English muffins that are Ezekiel bread, are made the same way. Both of them are very good. It doesn't taste like grainy whole wheat sometimes does. Soft bread, nice texture, good flavor. Makes a good cheese sandwich. The muffins are good with cream cheese. Really nice. The oatmeal was a big deal. Danny called Quaker Oats many years ago and found out that they do harvest with some chemicals, and so when we eat oatmeal, anytime we've ever eaten oatmeal, he's always thought about that one thing is, what are they spraying on this food? So the oatmeal from Azure, it does different, it cooks different. Danny cooks breakfast every morning, and when he does, he said, I'm having to learn not to put as much oatmeal in my water because it swells up and it does better. I don't know, the taste is there. There's more oat taste than what you get from Quaker Oats or any other brand like that. Okay, Danny and Chris are outside and they're making an awful lot of racket, so you'll have to excuse the noise in the background. Another thing that Danny and I bought this time was the cauliflower, and I bought 3. I think it's 1 pound, but it might not be quite a pound. I don't know if it says it's 1 pound, but it's riced cauliflower. That way, if I want to make a pizza crust, it's already riced, I can do that. If I want, and the other day, I just wanted something quick, and it doesn't take long to cook it. So I threw it in a pot with a little bit of, I think I threw it in with some olive oil and sauteed it down for a little bit. And then I just took it out, put it on our plate, salted it, and added cheese. That way, Danny doesn't eat mac and cheese, but he can have cauliflower and cheese. And with it riced, it's similar. Instead of having noodles, he can do the cauliflower. I also bought some of their noodles this time. I think I bought, it was a sourdough pasta, that's what it was. I tried that and it's amazing. I have not found noodles that I really like that are not, I mean, even the store-bought Walmart and Piggly Wiggly things, the taste just isn't there when you make spaghetti and stuff anymore. So I had some tomatoes left and I made up some spaghetti sauce and using onions and all the things that I had gotten, and I just stewed that tomatoes down with all the trimmings in it and made spaghetti sauce. I cooked some of the sourdough pasta and I poured it over it, and I was very thrilled. The taste is amazing with sourdough pasta. I was like, yes, finally something that has some taste to it. The other thing I've gotten from Azure is onions. I bought onions both times. I buy a 10-pound bag, and I asked them not to put it in the plastic, but to put it in a box by itself. So they send me my 10 pounds of onions in a box. If you get it in the plastic, as soon as you get home, take them out and put them in a crisper drawer or somewhere cool, because they have been in storage, in cool storage, and that plastic will start sweating and your onions will start going bad on you faster. Not the next day, but within a week or so, you'll notice that your onions are going bad and you're wondering why. You don't want to leave them in the plastic, just a heads up. And Azure does have a place where you can make notes on how you want things packaged, and they usually pay attention to things like that, because I didn't want my heavy items packaged with my produce. They did that the first time, and I had like the vinegar laid over on my grapefruit, kind of put a indention in it because I got a gallon of vinegar, and it had my grapefruit was funky looking, tasted great, and it peeled great. So the grapefruit was a good buy. The vinegar was apple cider vinegar, and something I've never been able to do is drink some apple cider vinegar every day. I'd have to just hold my nose and pour it down. I can drink this. It is actually 6%, a lot better than the 4% you can get in the stores now, and you have to look for 5%. This is 6. I was amazed, and I've been able to put some in water, drink it every day, and I'm trying to make myself get used to drinking some apple cider vinegar for my health. Trying to get some healthy things going, because I'm not, I mean, y'all know I like candy and sweets and stuff like that, and I'm trying to cut back on them and find ways to have something that I enjoy also. So I like to bake a lot, and I have bought the oat flour. I bought some of their organic wheat flour, and I'm going to be buying this next time their unifine, let's see how they say it, their unifine bread flour. I've been reading up on their site. Azure has a wonderful set of stories and things about how they got into business and things like that, and I was reading up about the unifine meal that they use, which is quite different from what Danny uses to grind cornmeal. And I was very excited to try the flour. I'm going to be getting some next week, well, 2 weeks from now, and we will see how that goes. Maybe at some point I'll get back into cooking in the kitchen. I just wanted my kitchen finished before I start just doing any kind of cooking and things like that. It won't be finished, but the one at Pecan Grove will be semi-finished by the time I start cooking again. The last thing is sugar. I bought a 25-pound bag the first time of sugar. It is cane sugar. It is not processed like the white stuff you get. So it is in little tiny crystals, and it is brown to beige to, it's an off-white color. Taste phenomenal. Taste phenomenal. Doesn't taste like sugar does. If you wanted to eat a spoonful of sugar, you're like, I don't eat a spoonful of this, but I took and put maybe a quarter of a spoonful on a spoon and just put it in my mouth. Has that touch of hint of cane, because Danny and I make the cane syrup. I know what that taste is, and it is not heavily processed, and it still has a lot of the benefits in it, instead of you getting the white processed stuff that you get when you order. And the price is really comparable, because the only way you can get non-GMO cane, because cane is now, you can get it in GMOs. Y'all just pay attention to where you're getting your sugar from. And lots of times, cane can be made from sugar beets, which also GMO. You have to pay attention. But this is not, it is not processed heavy. Love it. So I ordered a second 25-pound bag this past month. Danny and I like to keep about 150 pounds of sugar on hand at all times, because when something comes up, I want a can that's sweet, you usually need sugar. Pickles need sugar, things like that. So off and on throughout the year, there's always something that needs to be processed, and apples is coming up. And Azure has apples in season, not all year long, but in season. So I'm going to try and get some of their apples in season. And it's amazing to read about their journey, how they started on one farm. They were wheat farmers, and even how it progressed into them, their kids growing up, and them buying orchards. Y'all, I would love to go visit Azure Standard. I just think their system is amazing, and I'm glad that Danny and I finally have a drop that's within an hour. It's probably 40 minutes from where we live, so not a bad drive, and it's in a small town. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us. If you've never tried Azure Standard, you can go sign up for free. There's nothing, it doesn't cost you anything to sign up. You can use my link, which is my personal link, so you don't need a code exactly. But if you're a new customer, never ordered before, you can put in new 15. I believe that's what it is. And you should get 15% off your order. If not, call Azure Standard and say, hey, look, what's going on? They do charge a delivery fee, I guess you could say. So I wanted to talk about that a minute because it's something I get all the time. Do they charge a delivery fee? I placed a reasonably, I think, well, not big order, I would say, but for me it was a big order this past time, and it was less than $300. My shipping fee was $18 and something. Okay, from the previous order and things I bought, I had Azure Cash. I had $11 and so almost $12 worth of Azure Cash, which they added to that order, which paid for all but $7 of my shipping fee. If you can get that much food, like you saw at the beginning of the video, how much I got for $7 in shipping, Amazon Prime is the only way. So I think with the cash back, the Azure Cash is what they call it, it does help on shipping. It may not cover it, but it brings your shipping down some. And $18 for everything, I would gladly pay $18. I know I have to spend the gas to go get it and the time, but if you're going to the grocery store, you're spending the gas and the time. And Walmart does have delivery where they deliver to your home, but if you do not order organic from Walmart, then you're saying, okay, whatever chemicals in it, that's what I've got to do. So some people, that's all they can do. But you can gradually, with Azure Standard, if you like it, gradually start working one item or two items at a time. You don't have to order $500 worth of stuff. You can order one item, two items, four items, six items, whatever you want. And just work your way to trying their products. Buy 3 or 4 items a month. Meet the truck and grab your items and go home and try it. You might find that eventually you'll find more and more items on the Azure Standard page that you want to quick go into Walmart and getting and start ordering. So that is one reason that I am in the prepper shack. I'm prepping up lots of things from Azure Standard that I don't want to have to continue purchasing from Walmart or Piggly Wiggly. I would like to have things that I know is non-GMO and little to no chemicals at all. I like the fact that they vet every single item. They continue to vet items that they keep on their list so that they know you're getting something that is good for your health. So if you're interested in Azure Standard, there will be a link in the description. Like I said, the new 15, try that. See that if that works for you. Call and talk to them. I found that their customer service is really pretty phenomenal. You can't get this type of customer service in most places. You have to go through all kinds of hoops and hollers to get to a person nowadays. They are pretty on it, and you can talk to a real person. So if you guys are interested, try out Azure Standard. Danny and I will be showing you some of the things that we do as we get moved into Pecan Grove, and I can start cooking and I can start coming in here and canning and things. I will be showing you if what I do with some of the things I get from them. And this by no means means we are not growing our food. We are growing phenomenal amounts of food, and when we harvest our own food, we process. As we transition, there were some things that just did not do as well this year in our garden as they normally do because we're learning new soil. And so when you have a gap in your gardening, try Azure. If there's things in your health, like health items like toothpaste, shampoo, dishwashing, kids things, animal products, the dog food, chicken food, fertilizer, seeds. I'm talking, they have lists. The lists are phenomenal. At least go shopping. Go shop Azure. And we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.